sad or pretty, I will turn the key to discover just a flower or a leisure field. For once in my life, for once in my life, I'm not looking for strife. This time I'll think twice, believe me. Walking
Try fam, can I get some love in the chat, please? It is episode 10L. Yes, there is a specific letter reason after that 10 because there will squad. But more on that later. Without further ado, let's get into it, everybody! Hi, everybody! Welcome to the show!
Hey. How y'all feeling today?
What's good?
All right, there you go. All right, so I guess we should roll on into it. It's been a little minute since everybody's seen us. Let's let me stretch out the old hosting muscle. All right. But what's up, people? How y'all feeling today? Welcome to another episode of the Triumvirate. You here today with your boy Kill 'Em Slowly? That's me, of course. And right over here, I don't know which side this is playing. Let me look at the screen. I guess I'll say his name. High Fly Guy Kai is coming up here. Introduce
What
yourself.
up? It's the highest, the flyest, the guyest, the kaiest. Back on another podcast. Feeling good to be alive.
All right, and on my other side, we got the silliest, Silly Willie.
Oh, my goodness. The cropping wasn't right. Hi, everybody. I'm Silly Willie. It's a pleasure to have you all here and super stoked to get into the show. And last but not least, we have the hostess with the mostest, Mr. Kill 'Em Slowly.
All right. So today we got a few pretty juicy topics we can talk about.
Do you not want to introduce?
I introduced myself. This is me introducing myself.
All right.
Yeah, there's some kung fu treachery going on there.
Oh my God. See, Dice. This is why you don't have points. This right here. This is the reason. Save your points.
I will miss that.
All right. Let's actually get rolling and on up into it. Let's see with my favorite. All right, that's fair. That is fair.
There's Taz. There's Taz's favorite. No, Taz is here now.
I promise you, we're not giving the slap back. I'm sorry to tell you this. It's not happening. All right, but how's people feeling out there before I really roll into it? Anybody want to say hello? What's good, Tez? That's out there, the Dice Witch. Come
Hello,
on,
Dice. Hello, Tiz.
hit it with the Russian.
Oh,
Hey, it's fine. Don't let one poor man stupid mistake.
Good. Okay. Just so we're all clear on the Russian people. Okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah, alright. I guess we should really get this kicked off. First up, we got a little bit of a talkie talk here. The resurrection of Max Payne. So some juicy news coming through from Rockstar saying that they might do a remake of Max Payne 1 and 2.
Music volume down just a little bit.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this one, guys. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Why? Do we need this? How do you guys feel on this? Let's start with Silly Willie.
I will summarize my feelings with a very short thing of Rockstar. How much money have you made from GTA 5? So I realize you're swimming in the cash and you've probably got more money than sense right now. But let's take a hot second to think about all of the other titles that. Why am I getting all these people reacting to this instead of it? But let's just take a hot moment to think about. You have the capability of releasing some tops tier stuff. So why go back to 1 and 2 of a series? If anything, make another one. Why remake these? Give us Bully 2. Give us Bully 1 remake if you really want to go in the remakes category. That's my thoughts.
All right. Let's see. How do you feel about this High Fly Guy Cat?
You know why? And it kind of like begs the question for me. It's like, where are we going with this that we could not have just gone with a brand new title? Uh, and the big thing for me is like the nostalgia factor is okay, but more so than anything else, Max Payne is a very like 2000s title. You know what I mean? It's all about massive action and slow mo bullet time. And it's like, bro, I don't really like want to go back to that. You know, The Matrix did it once, Max Payne did it a couple times. We got our fill of that, and I don't want to go back to it. You know, I'm sure some people will have a great time with it because the original Max 2 were great games, but I feel like everything that Max Payne did has been done to death already. So you're not going to be able to like remake this into something like super dope. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I definitely hear you and agree with both of you, Kai and Willie. Like, hold on. Tez comes out and says Max Payne should have stayed in the grave, just like Dead to Rights. This is where I gotta disagree with you, Tez. Dead to Rights deserves a comeback in some ways. I just need it to be like done better. I think that the last Dead to Rights that they did just wasn't it for me, like personally. But I do understand where you're coming from with that. Like slow-mo bullet time is played out as
So
we
here
like.
we go. Here, this is actually an example of slow-mo bullet time in action, right?
Yeah, right now we got some of it up. Like this is cool for the times. Like my opinion on this is pretty synonymous with Kai and Silly Willy. To be honest, I don't see a reason to return to this form. Like this was cool for when it happened. Like anything past that is just like, come on, it's overused, it's overplayed. Like I don't really, I don't understand. I know that we're in this age of remakes still, but do we need this?
Okay, so that being said, a thought literally just occurred to me, which is, I don't think this is the direction they're going, but what if this is Rockstar utilizing a game that they did to like showcase a new kind of not technology, but a new sort of like tool mechanic into a game, and just giving it something new, making something new with it, a new modernization, a new insight in, is it what's gonna happen? Almost certainly not. And I echo the sentiment of like, it's so unlikely that why would you even do this? But could that possibly be the direction?
I mean, you actually kind of bring up a good point. Like, it's like I don't know Rockstar to fail, not in recent years. We could say that they don't come out with a lot of games, but for the most part, most of the games have been good. Did you guys know any of the feedback from the Grand Theft Auto remakes? Did people enjoy them?
So the feedback that I got, me was going around Reddit, I saw a lot of people complaining about the actual stability of. Wait, are you talking about GTA 5 or you're not talking about the 3?
No, like the trio that came out was that Vice City.
It was 1, 2, 3. I think they redid San Andreas 3 and Vice City.
And Vice City, yeah.
San Andreas 3 and Vice City.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
I was trying to think about which ones those were, but people were mad about the performance for it. It's not that they weren't good games or anything. It's just that some of it was a bit washed out in comparison to the graphics of the old games, and that like the original performance was kind of suck. I know people was having a problem with the rain because the rain was like absolutely shit tier, but they did patch that out. So I mean, I guess it's satisfying, but again, it's not. I haven't heard anything else about it, you know?
Yeah, like even just looking at some of this gameplay footage in the background, just looks really like. I understand it's all gonna be remade and remastered, so it doesn't have all this. But like, look at this base.
I'm loving all of the ambiance, all of the aesthetic right now going on. The incredibly loose leather jacket, like the oversized trench coat is just
for the times, dude, this was cool. This was cool as hell.
Super nondescript clothing, unnecessarily badass. Didn't need any like level design for overall. Not in the sense of like
a subway. Whoa, we're in a subway.
A whole subway station, you say?
Damn. Look at the rails and everything.
Oh, look, there's trains going by. Fantastic.
No, for real though, like if trains had been going by, that would have been the dopest background like accent to keep going.
Yeah. But again, we're at a time where we're kind of past all this. I mean, the most that they'll do is probably open it up, flesh it out. I mean, so actually, for a second, let's ride the line where we want this to come back. And what are the good things we can think of from remaking these two games?
Yeah. Well, you're gonna need more than naming your guns just pump action shotgun, Desert Eagle, and dual Berettas.
I'll be honest with you, I don't actually know if you do, because there are games that come out today. Well, actually, no, a lot of games now are pretty accurate with the gun titles, but I wouldn't be mad if they went like tongue in cheek. Hey, this is just a shotgun. Be happy with that.
I mean, I guess you could say something like what's that game? Last of Us is really nondescript, but it's also like a post, like.
No, I agree with you though. In this particular case, I mean, if they're gonna have Beretta, then like pump action shotgun is.
Yes.
Like...
I am going to shoot you with my pump action shotgun. Reloading.
Basic assault rifle, advanced assault rifle.
Super advanced assault rifle. Like.
Rocket launcher. It's just an RPG.
And this game is, I mean, to be honest with you, Max Payne, like I said, man, it's an era of the 2000s that I don't think is cool enough to come back yet. Like not yet.
I just don't think it'll be cool enough ever. But I mean, like, if Rockstar is doing an actual remake over just like a port. Like, then maybe.
Well, see, okay, so that's the exact thing, and that's exactly what I'm getting at, though. Is that, like, if it was just a port, or if it was just a, what's the word? A remaster.
Remaster, yeah.
Then I would definitely be like, bruh, why this game? But,
yeah, right?
think about it, this is a remake. So, there is potential in here. It's weird. I'm not going to say that it's not weird and there's not a lot of questions that still need to be answered. But, like, there is potential in this of, like, Rockstar wants to make a remake of a game that they utilized when it first came out to show, like, to showcase new game design, a new mechanic, like something brand new. And they delivered it well. Now, for the time, obviously, it was really basic, but, like, think about it. Like, they have a ton of money right now, and they could do something groundbreaking.
For sure. You know what this stage is called?
No.
The Hotel.
So, moving on from that point, I just don't think Rockstar is dedicated enough to really do something. I assure you that this is most likely going to be a remaster or just a normal port.
No, they said
they actually did say that. Yeah, that
this is going to be a full remake.
It's going to be a full remake, and they're putting a lot of money into it.
Oh,
see, that's what I'm saying though. Is that like this could be like a Rockstar way of saying, hey, we got something whole new on the plate for you, and we're like. I'm just saying, like, I guess it's a part of me that's hoping for something good to come out of like a real what? But
yeah. My thing is with Rockstar, honestly, is why can't they do something new? Like, why do they always focus on one thing for so long? Like, think about GTA 5 and how many years they put into that. Now they're gonna go back and like remake Max Payne 1 and 2, but it's like, can't you just make the sequels to some of the games that you have out now? Like, whatever happened.
Let me ask something. Did the last Max Payne 3, right? Did that how well did that do? Did you play it? I didn't actually ever play it.
I played that. Did you play that, guy?
No, I only played the first man.
Yeah, I played all of them. The most recent one that came out was actually pretty solid. I enjoyed it for its story.
Okay. League. Wait, what about League?
Like,
Wait. Oh, keep going, keep going.
Oh, sounds like a no remaster.
Oh
sounds
my
like
God.
a Pony trick kind of.
oh my God, savage!
Damn,
I just
son.
read that. That's
Damn.
bad.
It took me that long to put 2 and 2 together. Holy shit.
Uh,
Uh,
but like, this is what I mean. Why can't you continue on? Why make Max Payne? Why make a remake of Max Payne 1 and 2 when you can literally make something like Bully 2? Something your fans have been asking for years
That
now.
I do not
Like-
that I still stand behind.
Like,
Regardless, you could have given a hand to the fans.
because if they were to announce something like that, I assure you, Rockstar's entire fandom would be like, "Yes,
Yeah.
I want
So-
it."
so let's square some things away real quick. Max Payne, for its time, was a huge game. Like
It was wonderful. It was great.
Yeah.
It was a hit.
like yeah, it was a smash hit. So to say that there isn't a community that wouldn't say like this game,
I'm not
is-
saying that. Now, I'm not saying that there's not a community for Max Payne. I'm saying that why would you go back and do this instead of moving forward with other projects? You know?
I do agree. I do agree. Though I will give Rockstar this credit, right? Like I remember like the PS2 days of Rockstar when they were putting out quite a few games.
Yeah, they had a lot of games in the PS2 era.
Yeah,
That's where all these games start at.
That's where
Actually, is
that's what Bully was
era.
on.
Like,
well, not Red Dead, but yeah, like
yeah,
Red Dead
started
Revolver
on-
was.
Yeah, Red Dead Revolver was on PS2.
yeah. And like games like Oni, I remember playing from back in the day. It was really fun. But once they hit this kind of like prime era, I would call it like GTA 3 and beyond. Like they really like, haven't dropped the ball. You know what I mean? In terms of like the original IPs that they put out, or yeah, they haven't dropped the ball.
I mean,
Honestly-
again, like, I don't think Rockstar ever really dropped the ball. That's not what I'm saying. I think that they just haven't moved forward. I think as an entire
No,
company,
I know
they're-
exactly what you're getting at, and I have to say I kind of because it's a sentiment that like we started feeling really like 3 to 4 or 5 years maybe even after Grand
it
Theft
starts
Auto.
with GTA 4. It starts with GTA 4. I promise you. Like what I'm talking about starts with GTA 4. Once they made that game, it seems like they got into this era where they just coasted. Like what games do they have between GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2? What game? GTA 5.
No, but see that okay. So what I'm saying though is that GTA 5, even though I don't think it had as much lasting value in terms of single player, not GTA Online. It's a whole different ballpark. I'm saying GTA 5 specifically, like the single player of it. I don't think it had as much return value as GTA 4, but I will say though that it was not a bad game, and it did, as far as I'm aware, introduce the whole like switching between the 3 different storylines and intertwining them as well as they did. And is that groundbreaking? No, but it was a new kind of idea, and they implemented it well. Unfortunately, it was a bit like they hung sort of their hat a bit too much up on that, and kind of forgot to fill out the rest of it. But that's why I'm sort of saying, like, I agree with you completely and wholeheartedly that, like, it's, like, they should stop returning to these things. But it doesn't take away from the fact that usually when Rockstar throws a shitload of money into something, they are about to do something pretty brand new.
Yeah. Did Max Payne have a co-op mode or like a multiplayer mode? I'm pretty sure it did.
The
No.
third one did. That's
Yeah.
why that's
No,
where
the
they introduced
most recent
gangs.
did. Yeah, so I know. So I mean, maybe that's something they're looking into adding to it too. There's good options for this game.
But again,
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing with you in any way that like this it still feels like this is like a thing that people weren't really asking. Like it's still not a like giving something to the fans they've been asking.
I mean, I'm not sure what they decided to do with Bully and why it's taking 3 console generations in order to
Bully
get.
2 got canceled. It like mid development. They had it in development hell for like years, and then it got like canceled.
Which is
I actually took my time out to go look for this
so.
information.
What can you
Trust me.
give like a little brief synopsis on what did happen there? Because that actually is kind of amazing to me.
Bro. So it was already pitched, and like Bully was actually really good. Like Rockstar got like really good praise for Bully, and they were going to make another one. But what ended up happening was like something about like I think GTA 4, some shit like that. Somehow the GTA series kind of got put at the front end of everything, so they were working really hard on like that stuff. And Bully basically got pushed back and put into like development hell. And so like I guess what happened was it was sitting in development hell for so long that they were just like, listen, I'm not spending money on this. Like we don't have time or like devs to actually dedicate to this project. So forget it. And that's essentially why we don't have a Bully 2, because they just don't. It's not a case of I don't feel like doing it. It's a I don't have time to do this. Which is why I question why make a Max Payne 1 and 2 now that you actually have time to dedicate staff into other places.
Because, my friend, they can. Like
Yeah, as simple as that.
they're Rockstar. I do what I want, and you're gonna buy it. You're gonna eat it up like little lambs.
I mean, that
getting
is
ready for the
probably
slaughter.
pretty much their attitude about the honesty.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll see. I mean, it could be dope.
To be honest, there was probably somebody internally that was like, "Hey, I really want to make a Max Payne remake. Like, I really want to do this," and they were like, "You know what? Go ahead."
There's a green light. Go for it, bro. Don't fuck it up. Like, and
Yeah, essentially.
I just wonder, and this is kind of my last thought on it. Like, I kind of wonder, like, how much makeup does this game need, though? You know what I mean? Like, in order, like, so this is a remake. So do you essentially are you getting rid of like the boring stages? Are you gonna like gussy them up? Are you gonna
Rebuild the game. Just rebuild the game.
Yeah, but like
I was gonna say, like, this might also be them creating a brand new game into that.
Well, no, I think their current engine is pretty well. I mean, have you seen Red Dead 2? Like, you played that whole game. Their engine's pretty solid.
Doesn't mean
shoot.
that I mean, Red Dead's built on an old system.
I mean, they might update their system. Like, I don't think they're gonna get a brand new one. They're probably just gonna.
what engine?
I mean, at this point,
what engine are they running on?
we can probably.
I'll look it up now. Y'all keep talking.
Like, I don't see them really changing the engine. I see them for a remake for this game. I see them taking the original games as inspiration and then rebuilding the entire games off of that. Probably tweaking the story a little bit to fit more modern times and such.
That's the other thing, is that I wonder if they're gonna actually like completely change the story. You know, how much of the story is going.
Yeah, but there is an example of that going really far left, and that's with Devil May Cry and DMC.
Yeah, you got to think about that.
Like,
another thing, like really imperative is like some of the themes that are in this game in comparison to GTA. I mean, you see GTA as like the sex, the drugs, the violence, and all that stuff, but it's like actiony. You feel like you're watching a movie while you're playing that game. Like Max Payne is more like gritty with like how it treats all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's just called the Rage engine, the Rockstar Advanced Game Engine. I'm sorry, just the Rage.
Yeah, see. All right, so final thoughts, everybody. Well, Kai gave his final thoughts. Will.
I hope that you know what you're doing, Rockstar, because you've apparently invested a whole bunch of money into this. So let's just hope that like something that doesn't flop you that comes out of this. And I'm not just like talking about like the whole sheep will buy anything. Like, let's hope that you produce a. Let me actually rephrase that entire thing. I'm waiting for the first trailer of whatever the hell this is going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I I think you summed it up perfectly for me when it comes to final thoughts. Like I just want to see, just give me a glimpse of what you
Yeah.
guys are thinking about.
I need to see what you're planning with this before I can feel any one particular way. There's a lot of different things that could happen to them. Some very potentially exciting, some really potentially bad. Let's see what you want to do here.
All right, boys, we got anything left to add?
No.
All right, moving on through, grooving on through. We're going to the next on topic. Let me actually look at that. I have my thing full screen. All right. So next thing that we're moving into is Emiru. That's how you pronounce that, right?
Emiru.
Emiru. There we go. So I really don't know much about this person. Like I've seen her a couple times, like in my recommending section, but I'm not too privy. Let's see, Kai, you knew more about this, right?
Yeah, of course, man. Basically, Emiru is a streamer who's part of the OTK household, who also is like she's actually a really pretty decent League player as well as a speedrunner for games like Mario 64. Basically was playing League and got killed by the character.
We have the clip
Can we-
ready enough to go.
Yeah, can we play the clip for everybody? Yeah, can we
Yeah,
switch
sure.
to the screen? Just
The shenanigans and well, they got to know kind of what it's about before.
well, yeah. Like Kai
Because
said.
because actually without that without can we pause? Anyway, so she was playing League and she was killed by this character Viego, and then she ends up calling one of the League developers, specifically the developer who made that particular character, and starts talking shit, and hilarity ensues. And we've got that clip for you here. So if you want to roll it, roll it.
No, I can't even move! I'm calling August.
Hold on one second.
Game pattern. No, I can't even move! I'm calling August.
So for the record, she was distracted, and that's really what happened. She got distracted by something else happening, and then realized she was.
Oh, that was fast. August, can we talk?
Also, really quick, August is a dev at Riot Games.
Kill me from full health. I'm stunned the whole time. I was ulted as Jin, and he just walked up and killed me.
Well, you know, when I was making Viego, I thought, you know, one of these days Emily's gonna play against him, and I want her to have a really bad time. So I made him to counter Jin. That's the story, actually.
The moment of silence versus
Emotional damage.
Yo, real
Be my
talk.
comfort game. Why did you do this? Why are you laughing like that?
Oh, I wish we had that whole clip.
Bruh,
you-
this man was a savage. The whole clip, he's just like being like, "Hey, man, sucks to suck." Like,
Bro, it was insane. So, long story short, Emiru basically called this guy, and it sounds like they're both having a good time. So I don't want to insinuate that she was berating him or anything like that.
I was like that.
Game pattern. No,
We found the whole thing.
I'm trying to see if I
mean,
can.
it's-
Can you see if you can find it and then link it to me?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, y'all keep talking. I can get the clip.
All right.
Anyway.
I'm calling
We
August.
don't need to hear. So
Anywho, the situation is just hilarious, honestly. I mean, you gotta imagine, like, you know, a dev who made the character that you're playing against, so you just get aggravated enough to call him up and be like, "Bro, you draw. Why did you do this?"
But, like, here's the funny thing about it, is that, like, it would be one thing if it was, like, oh, like, I was clearly paying attention, and that was just, like, a bullshit move, and, I mean, it still doesn't really excuse it, but, like, it would be one thing if that was the situation. No, she just got straight up distracted from what she was supposed to be doing, and then got crept up on and killed. Which I'm not saying isn't frustrating and that we all haven't been there, But like, this is not the response to that. The response to that is, oh shit, I fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when I first saw the clip. I was like, she wasn't even looking at the right part of the battlefield. That's what happens. Like,
Yeah,
this
Dice
is
says
weird.
the fact that she has a dev on speed dial, lol.
Yeah, that's the funny part,
Right?
right? I'm gonna be real. I'd do something like that. Like, if one of you was a dev for a game that I was playing, like, I would call you up and be like, bro, you draw.
So the real takeaway from that is if you become a dev, don't give Malik your number.
Yeah, pretty much. Or Emiru. Apparently they're in the same bank camp.
Or
I did send you the clip though, or it's not a clip; it's the whole video. But I have the timestamp you need.
Nah, Dice, that's for sure. The dev seemed like he was super chill about it. They're probably friends. Like,
I mean, yeah,
it's not like a friendly like jib, honestly.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't like she just found this guy's number on like the fucking yellow pages and called him up and was like, "Hey, like,
yo, could you imagine though?
Imagine, right though?
That'd be wild."
Oh shit.
Talk about crazy fans. Oh my god.
Just like literally taking the time to research, like go through the entire like employee directory.
My thing would have been about the amount of time she took. It's like, bro, you just did it? Like, you ain't, like, how fast did you dox this man? Like, you never had his number before today?
Yeah. Like, question, who the fuck are you? Like,
Yeah, right?
How did you get this number? I love how much he was like, I did this specifically to fuck with you in particular.
Yeah, right?
And like, while we get that clip loaded up, yeah, I think we're good, right?
We are good to go. All right, here we go. We'll listen to a bit more of it.
That was the earliest Zanya's. Oh, holy shit. Okay, well, I killed him.
Yeah, it's coming up. Oh, she died already.
Oh, that was fast. August, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
So why did you make it so Viego can kill me from full health? I'm stunned the whole time. I was ulted as Jin, and he just walked up and killed me.
Well, when I was making Viego, I thought, one of these days Emily's gonna play against him, and I want to have a really bad time. So I made him to counter Jin. That's the story, actually.
I hate Brian. This is supposed to be my comfort game. Why did you do this?
Well, one says I hate
You have to kill you during the stun because the stun is hard to hit.
Yeah, they do sound like best friends.
Holy shit. He does have a Kraken Slayer.
See, it would be really messed up if he killed you during the stun and he had Divine Thunder, but if he's got a Kraken Slayer, that's like totally legit.
Dude,
Also,
why?
you have to charge it.
Why did you do this? Why did you put this in the game?
Look, I just thought that, sometimes AD carry players...
Here's my thing is that he provides like a perfectly good explanation. It's like it would have been cheap if I didn't do this, but like there is a way to counter it.
Oh no,
like,
he has provided nothing.
Yeah, he didn't tell her anything really.
But he does. Wait.
No, we told her that if she had a different
That's why
item,
you should've
it'd have
never
been
made
a
that
cheap kill.
character.
Like, not she
No,
had one, if he had
No,
it.
wait.
Yeah.
Everybody just wishes that I step on Legos for Viego.
Legos for Viego.
Yeah, some guy was playing a game and this guy was like, "Yo, dude, I love Zeri," and I was like, "Oh, thanks, I'm glad you like her." And he's like, "You can step on a Lego for making that Viego character. Fuck you."
I agree, honestly.
Like,
I
10 out of 10, I agree.
Look, okay. Here's what you gotta do. You gotta buy a pink ward, and then when he comes up to you, you just drop the pink ward, and then you can see him and you shoot the guy. Boom, counterplay, only 75 gold.
you. Who let you design video games?
Wait a minute. Okay. So, but for real talk though, is that not like okay? So since you called me up and are interrupting me from my work meeting, I will give you a workaround on live like stream to help you prevent against that. And she's like, fuck you, man, for creating it anyway. I don't care what your reasonable explanations are on how to do it.
Hey, man, I still be mad. I don't care if he told me how to counter. I still be mad.
as a person who actually plays League, those were not like helpful. Like he was like, buy a pink ward. I'm like, bro, a pink ward basically just gives you like vision in places you normally have vision. But a character like Viego like
Try.
Oh
doesn't
my
really
God.
care.
I started with Jinx, right? You know, someone like really like reasonable and fair, and then you know once I got that in the door, you can do anything.
You are a maniac. How did you get hired by Riot Games?
Yo,
Oh, what? You looking to apply? I can help you out with that.
Really?
I mean, if you're ever interested in applying, let me know, and I could give you advice. I mean, I can't get you hired. or
Can I
anything, but
ruin the game?
You ruin the game? That's a tall order.
Which one of your friends designed Zed?
That was Drew and certainly T.
Certainly T. Oh my.
I like how she's like bullying him to giving him more information.
Yes.
Are you diamond yet?
No.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
You're getting a lot of LP for when I'm assuming still, right?
Sometimes.
Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah. I love how like less and less confident she becomes as he keeps talking. So like first things first, like shout out to that dude for like keeping like his composure. Obviously, like she's not like berating him for real, right?
No.
But like he is just so in control of the conversation at any point in time, and she's just like trying to hit him with like nothing but like, you shouldn't develop video games anymore. And he's like, yeah, I don't care. I get told that every day.
I mean,
Yeah,
like, here's the thing, though. It's like, what did you, like, you're the person that after, like, in this incredibly emotional and frustrated state, called up the person that created the character as they were about to go into a business meeting on your own stream to complain. Like, I feel like you are literally setting yourself up to, like, just have none of this go your way.
Homeboy realized she was on his time, so he was like, okay.
And that's the,
You better
like, you
be on
have
my
to wonder if he realized that she was on stream and it was like, oh my god, she's calling me out while she's on stream. Nah, screw you. I'm gonna use this as a platform to get back on all of the people that have shit on me.
Yeah, he definitely knew it. Ain't no way he didn't know.
Yeah, he definitely knew, like 100%. I think the whole interaction is funny. I think the fact that she has his number is funny. I think the fact that he knew the situation so intimately was funny. He's like, hey, did you reach diamond yet? Like he's like, I know what rank you are. Like,
I
working
know
hard.
your rank.
He's like, did you?
Basically asking, hey, wait, so did you get good yet?
Real talk, no. I was basically like, so did you get good yet? No? Then you can't complain.
That's exactly what that was. Like,
Oh my god.
his responses were quick. They were good. You know what I mean? So, okay. Hey, Yumi Bear, what's good?
Yumi,
Hey!
off early, I see. That's nice.
All right. So, who do we think served who here in this debate? In this back and
August
forth?
1. August 1, hands down.
Yeah, no, not even a question.
August for the win.
This
It's like-
was the equivalent of like losing to somebody at like a fight, like physical or just like a competition kind of fight, like just like any sort of competition, losing, going up after the battle and like trying to be like puffy chest and like sounding all cool about it and getting absolutely shat on.
She took 2 L's. Clowns, what's good, my boy?
Hey, Clown said too.
Go clown.
I think like the funniest part of it to me is the fact that like she tried to flex, like with her, like
yeah.
like with my dad works at Nintendo type of style. She
Right.
tried to flex, and then it immediately just blew up in her face, bro.
Hey, yo. Alright, so we're good on this. We got any last thoughts for this, Jordan?
Just to quote somebody else on this podcast, to quote himself, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
But nobody listens. All right. Moving into our next thing, we're taking it back to the world of real life video games. Games. We might have an old one here. Monkey Island. So this is an oldie. I've heard of this game, but I wasn't too privy on the PC era back then, all like that. Who wants to take this off my hands?
I think Kai should. He's one.
Get
I
this
was not- I
monkey
was
off
not.
my back.
I was not, but all right.
Oh.
Get this monkey off my back.
We'll make that work anyway. So Monkey Island was like a point and click adventure type game, which had a bunch of like different open ended possibilities, mystery solving, and stuff like that. Overall, it's actually kind of what I would consider like a really dead genre right now.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they're coming back into this game, but I know that
Sorry,
like.
no. I continue.
Yeah, I know that fans of Monkey Island are probably like super pumped about this. You know what I mean? And from what I remember of Monkey Island, like it was a fun game. Like, very good comedy, very interesting little puzzles to solve and everything. It just hit well on all cylinders, and I'm sure this new one's gonna be just as good.
For me personally, I say why not? Give it a try. Like, I think again we're in this age of remakes and I guess continuations and stuff. Why not? Like, this might end up really successful. This might end up being people's like relaxing game. Like in the world of video games today, people have games where they just play to relax.
Somebody
This could
should maybe
definitely
show
work.
this to Imaru.
All right. Well, how you feel about this?
Is this the only clip we have, by the way?
Yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately, it's the only one that they've released. But we can switch off something.
just
Oh,
do like a
here. Yeah, let's just do some Monkey Island game.
Yeah, escape to Monkey Island or escape from Monkey Island. Yeah. But and then Willie, after that, your thoughts. Was that your thoughts?
So,
Willie's got
yeah.
thoughts. And he's gonna
I'm
take
actually
them.
kind of glad that I picked this very, very old one. But I have never played any of the Monkey Islands, but I know one thing is for sure is that they are a beloved. And I honestly don't really have much else to add besides what Killam had already said, which is that literally, I mean, we are in this age of remakes and redos and remasters and just bringing stuff back that, not 90s nostalgia fodder kind of thing or whatever. And to that end, yeah, okay. I hope you don't, I hope you do something kind of new and original with it. If you're gonna do something, don't just like do a rehash. Kind of refresh it for the new era and use this as an opportunity to bring new fans into your work, into the community. But yeah, okay, cool. Let's see what happens.
So, Monkey Island, similar to like the RPG from back in the day, used a lot of techniques in order to make a game that they normally would not have made, given like if they had technology at the time. Like Monkey Island would have been a very different game had it come out in 2021. It would have been more like, say, like the Telltale series. I think would be the closest that I could think of being to like a Monkey Island type of game. Except instead of like a focus on narrative, it would have a focus more on like problem solving and like fetch questing basically.
Yeah.
So it's interesting now that they're going to be coming out with like a newer version of it, because now it's like, okay, now you have that whole like the history of Monkey Island and these point and click adventure style games to go off of. But it's like, what are you going to do to generate a new audience? Are you trying to generate a new audience?
Well, I don't think that's the case, And now that I like really see this game more and more, it reminds me a lot of Grim Fandango.
Yeah.
If you guys have ever played that, and it's like I think that Grim Fandango was a wonderful game. Personally, I really enjoyed it, and actually, a lot of people did. Like that game was, I think that game got pretty good reviews all around. And I mean, I don't think they have to try to generate a new audience. I think there is an audience that exists for these types of games already.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would agree with that statement. I think that I have to imagine there's already like, you know, fans of the originals that are just like crazy pumped about this. That are like super thrilled to do it. Again, I mean, you know, I really actually kind of want to go back and visit, not go back. I want to visit, well, no, go back to to that era and basically play those games is what I'm trying to say. Okay. But did you hear that too?
That's keep rolling.
Anyways, yeah. So
Hey guys. Sorry, listen. This mic picks up everything. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just like I'm trying to redact it, but it's just. Oh my god.
I forgot to mute. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so yeah, I think that I completely lost my train of thought. I'm completely lost my train of thought.
Oh my god, he still can't grab it. Okay, Kai. Anything you gotta say? I need to go get some more water. I'll be back. Yo.
My apartment is very small. All right. And you know, I apologize to chat if you may have heard any potty mouth language.
Not
Or
a potty
any-
mouth, just a potty handle. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Okay. Anyway, yeah.
You had a thought?
I want to go back and play the original Monkey Islands because I've seen them played at Games Done Quick, and they have a beloved audience that really and truly swears by them even in this day and age. And apart from just the fact of like I definitely have that time like that feeling just to scratch the niche of an old kind of game. I actually like, you know, why not? I mean, how big are they? Are they long games?
Yes.
They are.
Extremely
Okay.
long.
Oh, oh god. All right. Well, maybe I will watch an abridged gameplay of the first two so I can have an appreciation for this new one. But I do no, but like I actually kind of would like to go to see what the hype is about, and yeah.
Yeah, they are long, sprawling story games that like require a ton of backtracking, a ton of like you may well have to write shit down like in order to like.
Well, that's one thing they can fix, honestly, with making a new one. They can like make it digestible, you know?
No, they don't do
I
that.
would actually I'm actually gonna have to go ahead and say I feel like I would actually recommend against that for two reasons. Number one being that if the series had already set the precedence of the games being long as hell, they're not gonna want to shirk on that because that would feel like a watered down version. And B, because especially like if this is a story kind of thing, you want that narrative to be long. I mean, when was the last time you had a game that like a narrative based game? I mean, there exist, but like today you want games today to give you some you want them to have some bang for the buck. Not to say it has to, but like already set the precedent. I don't know why they would act on that.
Okay. I believe that. All right, so
Well, actually, no. Escape from Monkey Island was not actually that long. It was only 10 and 11 hours.
Oh, see,
I thought this was way longer.
Well,
It just
then
felt
to
like-
hell with everything I said and make it a minigame. No.
make it up. All right.
No,
all right.
I stand behind it though.
Yeah,
I guess
it's a 2.5 hour speed run.
It's a 2.5 hours. Okay, I can see that reasonably.
Yeah, apparently the fastest speedrun clock for this game was 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 20 seconds. I was like, you gotta know where everything is at in that type of game.
Yeah, there's no way they're not using glitches and stuff.
well, that's
but-
almost certainly how they probably are. I mean, that's how a decent amount of speedrunning goes.
Yeah. Yeah, there is that too. I like how the speedrunning verse has like a lot of different like ways to do it. But moving forward. My last thoughts on this is I'm actually kind of looking forward to this. I want to see just how well they can put out a new game that's essentially from like years ago. I think Devolver has some pretty good hits. You know, let's not count their misses. So
This is a Devolver game.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like who made Sifu?
yeah,
Wow, that's a variety of games.
yeah. I think Lucasfilm said something like they were working on this too.
Yeah, I saw Lucasfilms when it popped up, but I didn't know Devolver was involved too. Man, talk about a nice little promo there. But I guess final thoughts on Monkey Island.
I mean, that was mine. Anybody else? Will? Kai?
Yeah. So Kai, do you have any final thoughts, or was that?
I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of monkeys, you know what I mean, on an island. I'm kidding, it's not what the game's about at all, but like I'm sure this will be fun. I know they're not gonna bring this back from the grave only to piss on it, so best luck to
We
them.
hope. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd like to go back and see, what the earlier ones were like. But I can tell you without a doubt right now that I cannot wait for more than 59 seconds of the game.
Alright. I guess we're gonna move forward onto something I'm a bit more excited about personally. Chrono Cross. And when I say excited, I mean sad.
Is that what you mean when you say excited?
Yes. In this case, yes. You know,
I am now going to sing the song of excitement. Crawling in my skin.
To be clear, this is the one for the Switch, right?
Chrono Cross? No, Chrono Cross got a remaster. It was released like everywhere. Like I think like on Steam. Switch.
Yeah. Snap was like commented earlier. But continue.
Sadly, what we've been hearing about Chrono Cross lately is that it's just a bare bones Square Enix remaster. Like it's nothing more than I guess like the base game with like no added features. Which I mean, from a point of view, it's like it's still Chrono Cross. It's still a great game. Like at the end of the day, like it's still worth playing. But the fact that it wasn't like really updated into anything is like like you gotta think about those unskippable cutscenes, some of those like long grindy parts that you have to play. Like I don't know.
I'm sure if this goes the route of pretty much any Final Fantasy remaster or newer version, that it has like the standard like skip cutscenes, speed through shit. You know what I mean? They all it's almost like playing like on an emulator.
But like that, I'm pretty sure that's what people mean though. It's like you're playing a remastered game that's essentially just something you could play it off the emulator. Like that's what's really hurting people. It's like why would I buy this game if I could have just emulated? Like there's no purpose to it.
Ain't that the truth? I'm not gonna lie, man. Well, Willie, you got to get some thoughts off too. I'm sorry.
I kind of have to echo that sentiment. No, I mean, I haven't played Chrono Cross, so I don't really know too much about it. But I definitely am familiar with the unfortunately recurring situation where a game that had been previously fine on emulators gets officially ported or remastered and somehow ends up sucking. Or is not sucking always, but just like isn't what it should have been given the resources that they had at their disposal. And
Yeah.
I just like every single time I have nothing but to come away with it just of why not do yourself a double favor of PR power and actually like releasing good product by hiring the people that made it into an emulator in the first place, like a well-running emulator.
You know they don't like to do that.
That's all.
But
But I realize that, but that's my response to that is this is just you guys fucking up again, and you have nobody but to blame yourselves.
Well, so to be fair, they're not saying that it's a
Fair.
fuck up. Yeah, to be fair, they're not saying it's a fuck up of a game. It's just a waste of potential, I think was what people were saying.
Right. I
So,
didn't
like,
necessarily mean to call it a waste of like a fuck. I was just may of saying like you
Alright.
like it could have been something more than you allowed it to be because you refused to just.
Yeah, but I think like people were looking for maybe some advanced artwork, some additional cutscenes, maybe some things to be kind of fleshed out that weren't. And when it comes down to these Square Enix games, they just never really seem to want to break ground with them. Even with like Final Fantasy X and X-2, all the remasters that we got for them, the games were essentially the same as when we played them on the PlayStation 2 version.
Yeah, I gotta be real with you there. Even what is that? The Zodiac Age, where they fixed the system for the West and stuff. Like it's a great game, but it's like it's just the same thing over and over again. You know, when they do these remasters and these remakes, well, not the remakes per se, but these remasters just are a lot of missed opportunity. Like I have probably every Final Fantasy from like 7 forward, and like again, like I got them on my PS4, and they're good games, but it's like there's so many things that I feel like they could have done and like patched in or like fixed with a lot of different stuff, like how the card battles work in like FF9. Like you could have done a lot more explanation for them. You could have did a lot more. You could have added some battles. Like you could have like spread that out so much more and gave like better items for them nowadays versus what you would get for them for originally. It's stuff like that that feels like a miss. I mean, there's a lot of
say
things.
also, I'd really like to see more than just like updated graphics and some code, not code, but not to all in that, but like I'd like to see some like modernization elements. I'm not saying you need to bring this onto like an MMO platform, that's crazy, but like I don't know, like put in achievements, do something like extra that just like makes it worth it for to be an official release on a platform, because otherwise, really, what are you doing with your like? Why? Well, what was the? Where did the misstep happen?
And like Chrono Cross, obviously being kind of like the awkward, second brother of Chrono Trigger, just doesn't. It's a great game, and it's not to say that, but it could have used some updates. I think Chrono Trigger is a game that you can look at and say like, okay, this game just kind of looks great as is. You know what I mean? Because it's like the pinnacle of the Super Nintendo versus this one being like kind of like towards like the middle of the PlayStation 1 era, towards the end, but it just was not an era that like aesthetically was that pleasing to me. I'm going back and I'm playing Legendary Dragoon on the PlayStation 1 right now. It's like it's not just like the characters models, it's the movements, it's everything. It's like, look at these dodge animations, look at these attack animations. These are like, we could have added so much more, like, you know what I mean, flair into that. Really gust up these enemies a little bit and turn this into something. But it's like every time they have that opportunity to do so, they just look at it and they go, nah, that's not worth it.
I mean, it's in the effort to keep some originality to it, you know. I get that's the only excuse I could really give them. But I don't know, man. I think you know me, my personal stance on all these games like Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross should have just got straight up remakes. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, and they still can. Like, I mean, look! Oh my God, look at freaking like Kingdom Hearts and how many like remakes and remasters that has gotten over the course of years, which have really not done a whole lot for the core level of gameplay, or not even just gameplay, but like anything to do additional with the story. It just kind of
attempts to make it less convoluted, but it still is convoluted. It's like it just because you put all of it here doesn't make me understand it anymore.
Also, like these ads that pop up, right? I hope you didn't click off of it, but like these ads that pop up are just like, hey, can you do basic math? Is 6 bigger than 5? I don't think so. Like,
Some of these ads do just be like, you love insulting people's intelligence, don't you?
we know you are a royal dumbass here. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I agree, but even with remasters, I think you gotta like still say, as a developer, you gotta ask yourself, like, what can we really do to add to the quality of life of a game like this? Don't just sit out here and just throw out some shit because you fucking can.
You're absolutely right about that. Honestly, I just don't. I just don't think there's really much else to do when it come with these games. Like I don't think that they put much thought into it other than let's just remaster it, throw a fresh coat of paint on it, and like get it out there to sell. I mean, if you sit down and think about Square Enix like financial situation, it's understandable from that point. Like I know like people like to think that like Square is making in the banks, but like trust me, like they teeter the line a lot between like being positive and negative. Like
You think so? I mean, they got that. I mean, they got that cash cow that is Final Fantasy 14.
Like I said before, 14 feeds its money to itself. Like they still have 2 projects in development hell. Like, and they have Marvel's Avengers on right now, and they're probably not really giving that. And as I can tell, they probably didn't give that game a whole lot of money like to begin with. So from where I'm getting, you want to go?
Well, they were commissioned on that one, so that's a different story. They didn't. They didn't have the front load.
They bought the license and they had to pay for that, and they have the license for those characters, and they're still paying that off for as long as they're still like doing the games. Like they're still paying for that. So so I don't know. That situation is kind of hairy, but if you actually go back into some of their like financial quarters and stuff, especially around the time when Marvel Adventures like landed, they were actually in the red because of that game for a while.
Yeah.
And they had managed to get back into the black when Outriders came out, I think.
Yeah, Outriders?
Yeah. And I mean, look how far support for that game has gone. Like, they were saying that that's not going to be a live service or something.
Was that a Square? Outriders was a Square game?
Yeah, that's a Square game.
I did not know that. I played that game.
Yeah.
I mean, but they've also had massive hits in the meantime. So you're talking about the remakes, no matter how shitty they are, always do well. Final Fantasy VII Remake obviously sold.
But you know, again, that money is going right back to FF7R Remake. Like, that's one of the projects that's in development right now. I mean, you're still forgetting that FF16 is still in development. And, like, when was the last time we see any info on that? They gave you one trailer, like, a year and some change ago. Like, and there's been nothing since.
That's fine though. I mean, considering the FF15, I definitely needed to go back in the oven for a little bit. Still sold well, by the way. Final Fantasy 15 really did, but
we're talking about sales. You're not talking about the returns.
The returns of Final Fantasy 15. I don't think it was that massive of a number.
I don't think it was that bad, but like people definitely had to like return that game, and like if you think about the episodic arcs and how they basically like penny and dime the rest of the game out, like I don't think that game overall made a whole bunch of bread. Probably, I'm just speculating though. Like that isn't fact.
Possibly, you know, man. I'm still not one to sit back and say I think that like Final Fantasy is like doing poorly, like their next bad game is going to ruin them. I think that I don't
think it's like that.
We'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, but to speak positively on Chrono Cross for a second, and not to, if you have not played Chrono Cross and you're into these Japanese style RPGs, or you think you might want to get into these Japanese style RPGs, this is a definite pickup for you. As much shit as we're talking about this game right now, like Chrono Cross itself is a really good fucking game. So just having the opportunity to be able to play this in its most natural form, besides for the graphics being rezzed up, is going to be a good time.
What we have no control over whether or not you use the official release or emulator still.
Hey.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like It's a good game. Go enjoy it. It's got a great story, got a great cast of characters. Literally about 100 characters. I'm pretty sure in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great game. Play it. The fucking theme song is amazing.
Chrono,
Hey, man.
yes as a start. Yes, complete.
Yeah, see, Tez out there, you know what we talking about. I mean, yeah, it is a really good game. I don't think I played this, to be honest. Chrono Trigger is my preferred one of the series. Either way, I just like the overall story of Chrono Trigger a little bit better. But I don't know, man. I still think I think that this game selling probably does still give hope for Chrono Trigger to get a actual like remake. Because I mean, I want it.
I mean, I feel like a Chrono Trigger remake is inevitable. I just think it's a matter of when it's going to happen. The problem is that they don't trust their developers a lot, and that's really the big problem why they don't push out a lot of games. They just keep waiting for the Nomuras and some of the other developers to come around and add like little tidbits to their game because like they just want Nomura's name attached and they want their games to be like run by a certain amount of people.
Were we talking about this the other day though? But like, aren't we gonna have to start imagining a world without Nomura and the rest of them? Like without fucking the dude who made Smash. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name.
Yeah, Yasuhiro Sakurai.
Yeah, you like these
Masayo.
people are getting older. Like these people are gonna leave the industry soon. Like sooner than people think, honestly. So we have to start imagining a world without like these names attached. Like,
No,
what does that mean?
you're completely right. And honestly, I would actually go so far as to say that it's actually almost imperative if you don't want your your brainchild, this saga, to go in a wild different directions if you ever want. If you start to basically, apprentice people now, start tailoring them and training them up into these positions, then there's a much better chance for the original idea of a game to continue with fresh ideas, fresh blood in it.
Well, I mean, I do have faith in the current director of Final Fantasy R2. Like he's the one who made the battle system and all that stuff, and it was like I think he was like the pre-director or some shit like that. Whatever is under the director. For the first one, it's the executive director. I think he was the executive director of the game before. For the first one, and now he's been like promoted up, like he's like lead. So I think he's pretty dope. Like he's been following Final Fantasy for like a while. He's been getting trained by Nomura and them. So that's one dude who I have hope for. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name. I could probably give a second and actually look it up, but I don't know. Square has been making some really iffy movements these past couple of years. If we really like open up to it and like try to imagine a world without all these big names. Like, I think Square may be taking this chance to like change and turn things around. If you look at the recent moves, but
It's whether or not companies, specifically Japanese companies too, are willing to do the proverbial change of the guard, right? Like, is what it comes down to at the end of the day. It's funny, we don't really see this too much on the American side. We kind of rotate out our directors up pretty often, and we'll have too many that are like known as like the director. You know what I mean? Versus in like Japan, like you have directors who are like the director. Tetsuya Nomura is the director of Final Fantasy, like for majority of Final Fantasies. Masahiro Sakurai is the director of Smash. You know what I mean?
but like the director in Japan versus the director in America is like they're such different roles. Like the director in Japan takes that role.
There is
seriously.
definitely going to be one like a huge difference of priority, like who has more clout, like all that.
Yeah, in America, the director kind of doesn't really do shit over here. Like, you only get one or two that are like really like they do their job, but in Japan, it's like all their directors try to take the job serious.
Yeah, their directors are so hands-on
Mm-hmm.
when it comes down to their game. Not to say that other directors aren't, but you can like literally see it when they're testing, 'cause they're doing their own testing. They're doing like on the fly, game creation and gameplay like editing. It's crazy. It's almost like how it's like you have an American director and then you have an Asian director, and it's like the stereotype kind of holds true to a certain extent.
Yeah. America needs to fix that. Like, to be honest, step your game up.
Me and my girl were talking. It was like if immigration just like wasn't a thing, like we would be completely dominated by Japan, China, and like South Korea. Like we would, if they could just come over here and just be like,
Oh my god, that's true though. If we like cut off immigration fully, like we'd be dominated by the country. Right? Like don't do that. It was like a tiny bit, not a tiny bit, bro. A lot of it.
It would be annihilated. Like, oh, you got a liberal arts degree? That's cool, brother.
It's not like this, it's not like this country was literally built on immigration.
No, not at all. That's why you're not.
Just a little bit, just a little bit.
Well, there's actually this thing, and I'm gonna probably fuck this up, but I believe it's called the H-1B, which is the Genius grant. And like there are barely any Americans who can like get those Genius grants. They're mostly always given away to foreigners, not because of some like crazy type of like affirmative action type thing, but it's more just like there are no Americans to fill those roles. We have a severe lack in like.
It's that, and it's also probably that because rather than going the route of getting qualified for something like that, they go the route of turning everything into profit.
Yeah, man, we're all about the money. Hey, we like forget this piece of paper. I need that bread.
Well, but I want that bread.
Nah, man, America teaches you to need that bread.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm sorry. If you have millions at your disposal, bread is not a necessity.
yes. Let them eat cake.
I'm just saying, man. If I was Elon Musk, I would buy 9% of Twitter too. All right.
You're more like Elon Musty.
If I was Elon Musk, I would. If I was Elon Musk, I'd be so rich I wouldn't even have to pretend to want friends. Like, I like that's just stupid money.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the "If I Was Elon Musk" portion of the show. If you could please type in your comments, so what it would be like if you were Elon Musk, and what you would do with his billions of dollars.
What
Go ahead
would
and tap
you
that button.
do with Musk money?
The tiny there.
The Musk. Isn't that the name of a cologne? I'm pretty sure that's a cologne.
Probably.
What's up, Twins? I think final thoughts on I was about to say Elon Musk on Chrono Cross.
Square Enix hire Elon Musk. That's my final thought.
There you go. Square Enix, give Musk a platform, and then give the impression that you're censoring him, and you'll be financially stable forever.
That's a savage. He said he'd have 4 Teslas and block highway traffic switch cars on every lane. Who's bringing you these cars? What you just got the truck driving behind you?
They drive themselves.
My God, it's true. He'd write the algorithm so that they could all drive themselves and just create a traffic jam on every major highway. Real talk, if I was Musk I was like, yeah, I'm bored and can get away with pulling pranks on the entire world, why not?
I wouldn't want to be the cop to pull him over. I feel like, no, bro. You try to get my job taken from me. I'm not doing that, bro.
Can you imagine like being like behind in front of like Elon Musk at like a coffee shop, and then like you like piss him off somehow, and then he just like walks up to the barista and like buys your caramel macchiato,
He can't do that. I'm buying this macchiato. Well, so you can't do that. I'm buying this macchiato. I'm buying the store. Make an option.
Yeah, no frap for you, buddy.
Wait. Oh, jeez, all right.
I think we're good on that.
No more of Elon Tusk. Let's get into the next topic. Oh my God, yeah, I just realized this the next. So,
Speaking of buying up shit.
Oh wait, let's read Yumi's comment. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I don't know what I do off the top of my head. I think I'd pay off all my friends' debt, had all the homies, and then save the rest. No. You got more money than that. Like that's like if you got like $10 or something, you have a lot more money than that. Trust me.
That would literally be like equivalent of you buying a Starbucks coffee now. Like,
yeah,
how much that would break you.
Yeah, doing this is literally the equivalent of being like,
the,
I want a bag of chips.
Note specifically that she said, then save the rest and donate some to different charities.
You can't even save the rest of that. You cannot spend all that money like in your lifetime, like legitimately.
Now, see, Tuna, I like Tuna's direction. I would just be able to improve my whole lifestyle if we're talking about silly ranch to have dogs. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's the type of stuff you should do with your money. Have a dog ranch. Like, and I mean like acres of land. Buy New Jersey. Actually, buy New Jersey and turn that entirely into
I would turn all of New Jersey into a series of helipads and then buy a helicopter for a helicopter that I own.
Oh my God. Is it this one state is nothing but helipads and I only own one helicopter?
I would buy New Jersey. I would take the southern half of New Jersey and call it Philadelphia Junior. And I'd take the northern half of New Jersey and call it New York the Third.
Why would you do
inaccurate.
that?
Not inaccurate.
He said, I would just expand the state lines of Pennsylvania and New York.
Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and just chop that all the way off at the bit.
I would turn West Virginia in North Virginia, whatever the hell, in East Virginia into one Virginia. All the states that are two states but got one name are becoming
you
one.
gotta catch up on some of these comments because these are pretty good. All of the dogs. I want to live on a farm. My own community. Tuna wants her own community. Yumi wants to add a pet giraffe to that community. Then Dice wants to turn Nebraska into a huge dog sanctuary. Tuna would have a cul-de-sac of houses just for her friends on the ranch.
But that'd be a lot of dogs, though. I don't think I want that. Thank you, but
Dude,
no thank.
You'd be literally on a ranch. All you'd have to do is literally put food out for them, maybe.
I have.
You know how much poop is out there?
I have 3
You'd be
cats.
on a ranch, dude. They poop in nature. They would poop and it would just turn into compost. You wouldn't even pick it up.
My cats would be upset.
Tell that to my shoes.
You'd wear boots at that point.
Lies.
Yeah, I think you would.
And then have a special shoe trough.
All right. Let's move into that.
They are plotting over here, by the way.
Oh my God, yes. I'd buy Nebraska and overhaul the infrastructure. I'd love to live on an animal farm. In overalls.
So they're having a conversation with themselves at this point.
You know, there's a great movie out there called Animal Farm. It's really cute. You should watch it.
Oh my God, there's a book called Animal Farm. You should read it. Oh Lord.
I have nothing. Let's move on to.
All right.
No,
so
you're literally plotting if plants.
Look,
I said no.
We can have a huge greenhouse of plants. You also just have...
Yeah, I mean, you could have a normal greenhouse, but
or you could just, I mean, you'd be a billionaire. You could import plants and shit.
I'm also wondering like what else would you put in the greenhouse besides the plants? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna take a picture.
you gotta We gotta let him have it. We gotta let him have it.
All right, so they're gonna inform their entire new D&D campaign solely around a ranch and drinking houses.
I told you guys before. I was like, I think they're barely talking to us. I'm gonna be honest here. All right, so let's get into the next topic. SNK owned by SNK has been majorly bought out by. Can we get the exact name of the? Because
God.
Like I just can't say this.
I'm gonna allow you to try to pronounce this name, and I'm gonna stay off camera.
What was it? It was the Saudi Crown Prince's Foundation.
Saudi Crown Prince Foundation. No, I'm more worried about the game company that bought it. I don't care.
It was called.
The game
it was called,
company, though.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
It was like electronic gaming company. Is that what the name of it was?
I'm looking.
Bruh. It's right here in the sources.
I know I'm here. I'm looking for the actual name.
Oh my gosh. I just can't take this serious. Before we really get into it, we gotta like make sure we get this get these ones down.
Reportedly, Saudi made some big investments into the gaming industry. Bloomberg reported that in February, the Saudi's public investment fund had taken stakes of more than 5% in both Capcom and Nexon.
Oh my
as
God.
well.
Did we miss that part?
Oh yeah, we definitely
missed that part. Why?
Yeah, and it's called and the company name is the Electronic Gaming Development.
The Electronic Gaming Development Company.
It still sounds like they were just like, hey, can you Google what a company like this is supposed to do, and then accidentally copy the description.
They were like, yes, it is Electronic Gaming Company. What do you want?
It is. I'm not.
This is the most basic name.
Someone get me the fizzy bubble.
So it's the Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
I'm not trying to be offensive, but what do Muslims want with a fighting game company? Like, can you? Why?
Well,
I
do
don't.
you want me to pull up the?
Oh,
that's
yeah, you don't want me to
culprit?
want me to tell jokes about that?
I just don't.
No, we're gonna leave that one, Willie.
Yeah.
What do you want with a video game company? I fundamentally don't understand.
To clean its act up.
And like I used to be Muslim. I have Muslim friends, and I mean like Pakistani Muslim friends. Why do you want a video game company? I just don't. I never. Why? Like why? Like
I mean, I've been waiting on Halal Fighter for a long time.
Let me actually answer your question, Malik, by referring you to the the news that you brought up with Elon buying Twitter. Because when you have money, you can.
I wonder how that conversation went. Hey, yo, I want to slowly buy SNK. Why? Because we can. Yeah, okay.
They did it. They started off with like buying like 33% of the company, and then I guess they just went to like some kind of like lease to own type of deal, and was like, "Yo, I'm just gonna go ahead and cop that other 66 if you don't mind." You weren't using that, were you, SNK? And they're like, "Oh no, man."
What does
What if it
SNK's
was straight
future
up
look
an
like?
accounting issue? Like, rather than buying like 33%, they went 333%. And we're just like, all right, well, clearly there's no 333%, so you just own all of it.
What does SNK look like now? Like, explain to me what the possible changes for this may entail. Because I just can't wrap my head around. I can't wrap my head around this situation.
We got you, Yumi. Good.
Oh, Yumi, thanks for lurking.
But yeah, but anyway, we can talk about the greatness that is SNK for a little bit. King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, Gorao, Mark of the Wolves. I mean, this is not one of the top tier ones, but it is still one of the greatest fighting game creators of their generation, and even currently, this King of Fighters 14 is doing really well as well. Is it? Hopefully, it don't change much because there are some beloved characters and some beloved games in this series that would be really shitty if they got rid of.
I'm just hoping this was really a we did it because we could type move, and they literally just don't do anything else. They were like, we're not even gonna manage this.
They're just like, you pay us now.
Yeah, essentially. Do whatever you was doing, you just pay us now. Like, that's it. I'm really not hoping this doesn't go further than that, because like I just don't. I don't know what entails for the future for this game. That it could be really scary. I mean, have you seen the female models in KOF 15? Like, just that alone. If you guys haven't seen it, go to YouTube, type in KOF 15, and I'm sure you'll find it. Like,
What other? Will, you got anything? Sorry.
No. I actually had to research what SNK was. So.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it was one of the most. It's a very legendary fighting game developer.
Yes.
Like,
That is. It's Japanese, right?
Yes.
SNK old. I think they're just as old as Capcom. Maybe no, Capcom's older. I think SNK is Capcom dubs.
It's about the same either way. Funny enough, to jump my willing but no able bag for a second, one of the characters in Street Fighter, Dan Hibiki, is a mock of the SNK characters. So he was made specifically because like every SNK character was like super dramatic, had like long flowing hair, doing a whole bunch of like crazy, like over the top dramatic moves. And they put Dan in Street Fighter as like a super weak character that like shouted his father's names before attacks, and all this other crazy shit to basically
yeah, that's
make
Dan's
fun of that.
origins as a joke character, but little did they know, Dan is beloved now.
Yeah, so it shows the strength of SNK, if you ask me.
Yeah. All right, with this SNK stuff, anything to add, Will? Are you still just over there munching? I see.
I am over here munching, but well, I'm looking at the gameplay right now, and I'm kind of thinking to myself, so what did because you said that it's sort of the original, right? It's like it's one of the out there.
Yeah, I mean it's not older than like Street Fighter, but it's pretty old.
So what happened with the scene? Like why the need for this buyout? I mean, did they stop making games or what happened?
What? No, KOF 15 just came out.
Just came out.
They made KOF 15. Oh, then that's kind of weird that they would feel the need to sell it.
They weren't selling. They got bought. There's a difference between I'm willingly selling and someone's literally just buying up my stocks.
Fair point.
Think about that. Like,
says then that he just was like really pissed off by like the King of Fighters 15. He's like, nah, never again.
Selling this company for pennies on the dollar, goddammit.
Man, someone said, I bet you wouldn't buy a gaming company. And he said, I don't gamble. I just do. Like, oh. Alright. So,
I like that Dice is still out here talking.
Malik?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just reading the comments, trying to catch up here. But Tuna's sitting there talking to Yubi. Why are you episodes of Orion High School? From the Greeks? Are we gonna watch Orion High School? What's going on?
Or in high school?
Or yeah, the host club anime, right? That's that, John. Tuna, don't leave me out the loop, Tuna. I want to be a part of the loop.
I know exactly the episode. Yes.
You guys are scary.
So let me ask you this, guys, as final thoughts. Given how little we know about this Saudi prince, what is something that What is something that if you were watching right now, you would say, please fix this, please change this, please, regardless of whether or not it's actually going to be heard, listened, or followed through?
I need all the women to be covered up. No.
Oh, Jesus.
I need all the women to be fully covered. I don't want to see anything.
So, Malik has just been kicked out of the try.
Yep. Hashtag cancel. Put it in the chat.
Yep.
You're getting Will Smith out here, boy.
If I can get with it. How about you? Will? What would you like for him to do?
Real talk, I would like to see there be some. I mean, I don't know. Are there any Middle Eastern characters?
And SNK?
I don't know. I thought they were all Japanese.
I know there's one in Street Fighter, but that's not a SNK game, unfortunately. Rashid, my man.
No, I mean King of Fighters, I guess.
Not that I know of, top of my head.
Well, then I don't know. For the sake of diversity, like I'd be cool to see if there's some other characters in there. Open up what that looks like. Otherwise, there's a lot of like, I mean, as is with any sort of situation where it's like you really have no idea where the way this can go. I mean, there's a lot of ways this could go. A lot of them are kind of sort of jokes at the moment that I will not repeat in this setting. But what I will say is that it's very odd, very out of the blue, and given what I have been shown about characters in this game, I'm a little, I guess, wary of where it might be heading, but we'll see.
All right. Kai, how about you?
I just really hope that, they don't get oil all over this game. We got enough fuel.
I'd rather oil than them getting sand all over the place.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was a tough one. No, I do think that SNK will be fine again.
That wasn't my intention.
It's fine.
That was a joke about the geography of the area, not about anything.
Just don't ask. Once you ask, then it becomes insensitive.
Yeah, it's already there. But we'll let it go.
All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and cancel myself. I'll just turn my camera off.
White man Willie says there's too much. No playing. What's up, Anton?
I'm about to get us canceled from Twitch. They gonna blame us for hate speech or some shit.
Please don't.
Hashtag cancel, baby. I put hashtag cancel in the chat.
Anyways, moving on.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's just about it.
What a note to end on.
What's good, people? How's everybody feeling out there?
How is everybody in chat feeling?
Oh no, Dice, don't actually do it. Don't actually do it.
Good lord, well, it was fun while it lasted.
Alright, if this is the last episode, I blame you, Dice.
Yeah.
Same? What are you saying? Same that we're canceled, Tiny Toon? Or are you saying same that you're alive? I mean, I'd figure you're alive. You're typing, unless you're a robot.
No. If anything, I'd have to say that Toon is probably also trying to. That would be chaos.
Yes, that still answers nothing for me. Like, are y'all reading this? Like, this is more cryptic than it was before. Exactly.
This checks out.
Okay, I think I'm done talking to y'all because I'm getting no information here.
What information do you want?
Not from you.
From them?
Yeah.
Here we go, Coas. This is. Oh, announcements, guys. We got some announcements to make.
Oh yes. Tell me about these lovely announcements.
So I know as much as everybody likes this format, we're going to be trying out a new format in the upcoming weeks. We don't know if it's going to be the very next episode, but I think we kind of have an idea that it will be. But we'll leave that TBD.
I actually can clarify that. to a degree. I mean, obviously this changed depending. Part of the reason why this episode is called episode 10L, because technically our last episode, we switched over material, but we still have that stuff we're going to be doing, and that is actually going to be the source of the VOD. So that is going to be 10D or something. I don't know, but yeah. Well, I mean, there was no other real way of doing it, because, like, technically it would have been skipped episode 11, and I guess we can call it episode 11.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're still confused about what we're talking about, we're thinking about taking things off from a live format and moving over to just a voice, like a normal podcast is ran. It'll be available on YouTube and probably other platforms as we go along and get more popular, but we're not going to completely disregard the live streams. Instead, we're going to
It's also no guarantee of when this switch is going to happen, because there's still logistics that we...
Yeah, it's some small things that we're gonna be doing, but I'm hoping you guys look forward to the changes. Are we talking about the what is that called? The trademark here, or we're doing that next time?
TBD.
Well, TBD. However, what I will say for the time being is that we have decided that we're going to be kind of switching up how we do some fundraising stuff. We are looking to raise some for certain things that make us more legitimate, Bill, in the business world.
We need stuff.
We need stuff.
Well, actually,
we need your money. No, but not. What I was gonna say, if you actually click on our About section now, you will see 2 sections, and a little bit of a blurb on each one. Never any pressure as always, but if you want an idea of what direction we're possibly gonna be heading with stuff and just what we're looking to do and crowdfunding and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and you also said the About section is in the support section.
No. Like, if you click on About.
Oh yeah, About. But in the About section, it's under Try Support.
Yes. It's under
if you just scroll down, there's that too.
It's because there is a Try About section, and the one thing
About section.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. I think that really wraps up all the news and topics that we got for today. That's it for the announcements, or do we have anything left in the chamber?
Look out for another Mario Kart. Look out for another Smash Brothers. Other games. Get involved in our community.
Yes.
No, actually, what I do want to say about that is we're going to be doing a lot of anything in the Chamber of Secrets. Yes, many things. Why they're called secrets. But what I will say though, Yumi, is that Secret Tunnel, yes. We have, in addition to our takeovers, those aren't going away for sure.
No, takeovers aren't going
but
anywhere.
the part of the reason as to why we are looking into switching formats is because creatively it gives us more flexibility and allows us to kind of work around some schedules, which a lot of people are changing.
I don't even know why you're trying to talk. I'm about to say, I don't know why you're trying to talk through that.
I'm also just gonna lower that sound effect volume. So anyways, we're not getting ready any of the community engagement. We're just making it so easier for everybody on it. And more importantly though, is that we're gonna be stepping up a lot more with like community, like playing together, that kind of thing, multi-streams, and all that jazz. So take a look out for that. It's a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of stuff I'm personally very excited for. So
Yes.
yeah.
One more thing.
And one more thing. No.
Well, actually, yes, there is one more thing. Like Julian said earlier, the Mondays they happen over on Team Nowhere usually, but we trade them back and forth. Everyone's like open and welcome to come.
With the chicken strips.
I would like some chicken strips right now.
I would love some macaroni.
So you'll see a lot of interaction with us in the community, also with I guess Team Nowhere now. I'm pretty sure it's all right to put them out there now. Not as like you guys are not like.
Well, what I will say is, anything that we are officially doing, we will still probably be over in the tribe, but we are doing a lot of things with the people from them, and so expect a lot of the partnership.
We don't have a list yet, Anto. Right now, you can say that Kai has his, or is it Tuesday or Wednesday, Kai?
What?
Your
My
multiplayer.
shows? My multiplayer's on Tuesdays.
Yeah, so
Kai
we
has
got
his multiplayer Tuesdays.
we have
and-
the Team Up Tuesdays where we do Rogue, Valorant. Kai does his Team Up things as well. We have Mario Kart Mondays, and we might be getting in some other stuff because there's a lot of shooters coming out.
Yep. So I guess we'll see you guys later.
And also look out for
guys.
tournaments. Look out for tournaments, because that's something else that we're looking into as well. And so there might be some stuff with like Smash tournaments and stuff. Anyways.
Oh yeah. Look
all
out
down
for
the line.
Are we good, guys? Are we ready?
I think we're good. You want to do some outros?
Yes. All right. We're gonna get up on out of here. You've just spent a nice amount of time with the Triumvirate Podcast. Thank you everybody for coming on out. Dice Witch, Yumi, Tiny Tuna, Tez, Anto Official. I think maybe I'm missing people, maybe not. Thank you for coming here and joining us tonight. You've been, graced by your host, High Fly Guy Kai.
Hello, it's the highest, the flyest, the guys, the Kaiest, Mr. High Fly Guy Kai himself. Wishing you guys a wonderful night.
All right, into the young sillies.
Hi, everybody.
He needs some milk.
Not
He does.
yet, but in like 20 minutes, yes. Thank you all just for joining us. Silly_Willy
Emotional damage.
soon. If they kept interrupting me as I'm trying to get my outro done. No, I'm kidding. Silly_Willy TV here. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for having a good time with us, going on your crazy chat tangents, and yeah. And last but not least, there is the one, the only, the store.
It's me. Kill him slowly. Oh, okay.
Hold on.
All right.
They really want to drag this out, apparently.
Hey, it's me, your boy. Kill him slowly. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Hold on. You have one more.
Oh God. No answer. I will not return it.
So
And we love
Tiny
you guys, too.
Tuna
Thanks
is
for
about
coming
to
through.
lose all of her channel points in one swift command. No, I'm kidding. Never.
Oh my gosh. Like I was saying, though, it's been your boy Kill Him Slowly. Thank you for coming on and joining us tonight. I really appreciate you guys being here. We'll see you later. This has been another episode of the Triumvirate Podcast.
Stay tuned for a raid out. And be sure to show that Tri-Fam love. There is the raid message, and we will be,
just let them have it. They want they want sounds now.
Right, so, we're gonna go ahead and raid out. Do we want to do, Tez, Willing, or,
Let's do Ted.
or Bear Blair?
Let's do
Ted.
Tez.
We've done Blair a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, alright. So, everybody, you know who he is. You know why he's doing
Macaroni
it.
with the chicken strips.
And to that end, I just go ahead and mute it so I can get this final thought out. Much love to all of you. Take it easy. Show Tez that Tri-Fam love. Until next time, everybody, it's been real. Catch y'all on.
Peace.
Sidebot!